Absolutely mental. How's it for you, Paul?
It's still a bit cold here.
Oh, fuck that. And for our American cousins, don't worry, this isn't Fahrenheit. That would be problematic. I think there's a misconception that we use centigrade or Celsius in this country. We actually use both centigrade and Fahrenheit. And basically the rule is whatever sounds cooler. So if it's cold, we say, feels like it's nearly 0 degrees out there. And if it's really hot, we say, God, it feels like about 100 degrees out there. So we switch depending on what's more kind of histrionic. The reason why I'm allowing my hands to wither away into blackened stumps is a couple of you had some great questions today. Harry Mockadam commented, Christian, I spotted crane song head. Yes, I use that as my AD converter for all of my mics go through it, but I also use it when I do a little sound better loop. So stereo mix comes out, goes out of my Neve mixer into my Manleys and then back through the head, which is an excellent AD converter, and I would hope so at that price. It's also got these triode and diode and tape saturation knobs. As you're probably aware, I'm not really into the digital thing, so anything I can do to help with that. One of you noticed I got one of my thumbnails wrong, so I've corrected it. Thank you for that. And there's a number of people who kind of agree with my assertion that the score for Dunkirk is awesome. I'm glad to see that we're all enjoying that. Ricky Corona, I see you are actually commenting quite a lot, so I appreciate your contributions. Do I use any libraries other than Spitfire? For those of you who've been here since the beginning, you'll see that I probably have to answer this question once every couple of months, so excuse me for that, but please, it's something I'm happy to answer. I think when you're asking me, I am a bit of a one-off because I own a sample library. Paul and I don't make these libraries based on what the market wants. We're just making this stuff for us. This is the safest zone that we can possibly be in. And when we've gone out of that zone, I think we've kind of failed. So for me to use a sample library that isn't created by me or Paul or the Spitfire team is just a little bit queer. Indeed, when Spitfire hasn't yet made something that I need, I'd rather kind of hack Spitfire than trawl the internet for a stranger from another planet. This is a good example. Check out this cue. Now the quartet I've fudged together from the artisan violin and artisan cello, and you'll probably agree the cue is lacking a bottom end. I wanted it to be a quintet. We haven't yet recorded a solo string bass. So instead of trawling the internet for something that I wasn't familiar with, I just took the cello and pitched it down an octave. And this is probably a duh for you, but for me, the results were surprising. Check this out. So just the cello pitched down. It works with Saucony as well. Not so much our solo strings because you've got the tail of the hall, which you double when you pitch it down an octave. Other sample libraries, I think I've mentioned before, Pendle's Sound Dusk is awesome, and I've actually made a video of how you can combine the soft piano, the Spitfire soft piano, and his ship's piano to create a Tom Waits kind of sound. That's linked below, as always. And the other thing that I have to share with you guys, talking about other sample libraries, I've just found, I really am on the edge of a cliff, I've just found this absolutely awesome library. Not only awesome because it's kind of simple plugins that do one thing really well, but everything about them just looks so awesome. So actually I went to it to get a noise reduction thing because, occasionally we have to noise reduce stuff, but it's quite rarely, and having to kind of relearn complicated software is difficult. So try this. This is me in Edinburgh in a park with lots of traffic in the background. Now if we just dial it back, this is me in a park in Edinburgh with lots of traffic in the background. Pretty cool. But I do recommend looking at the other things as well. Again, link below. Now, I cannot claim the scalp for this one. This is this community working together to spend more money, I think. But no, it's fantastic. The pallet gear, that's you guys. This plug-in manufacturer is from this community, and that's what makes me so excited. Like-minded people coming together to talk kind of nerdy stuff, and for me to be a conduit for that is really exciting. But I am going to make two kind of suggestions, two announcements later in the year that I think are really exciting and can really make the most of this community. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that now. Lots of exciting stuff coming up, including freebies. Now, the community hasn't quite overtaken the influence of my business partner, Paul Thompson, seen skiing earlier. Now, as a business partner, we have this strange relationship where we need to maintain a kind of equipment equilibrium. So when he buys something, I buy something. When I buy something, he buys something, which is going to be a real shock to him in a vlog or two's time when he sees what I've bought and what's coming up from London. He's going to have to work out how to explain to his children why Santa Claus hasn't come this year. The one thing about this community that does shock me, it doesn't surprise me actually, which is sad, is the number of female subscribers. How many would you say, percentage? 2%. And this makes me really, really sad, because I've got two daughters and I don't want them growing up thinking media composition and music production is a lad's game. I mean, I think there's a broader conversation to have here. You know, why, for example, when Home puts videos up on YouTube, other than the casual sexism that I'm ashamed of, they're just the kind of the surprise people have. Why, for example, does Pharrell Williams make a really astonishing video with Daniel Lanois and a woman who's topless walks in halfway through? How is that meant to help this broader debate that we should be having? But I guess just a very simplistic question to ask you guys, folks, is why do you think only 2% of the subscribers to this channel are female? Now, I understand that this channel is boyish. There is boyish and girlish, and you know, if you look at Top Gear though, 40% of the viewers are female on that, and I don't think the disparity is necessarily because boys like cars more than girls. I don't believe that to be true, but there is a kind of childish, boyish banter that I can imagine is more appealing to boys than girls, so I get that. 2% is minuscule, and I'm really looking for answers there.